Hey there, welcome back to Kitchen Wisdom. Grab your coffee, or maybe a slice of coffee cake, because today we're diving into a topic every baker and food photographer like me eventually obsesses over: silicone versus metal baking pans. Yep, we're going there. The Great Bakeware Debate? If you've ever found yourself standing in the baking aisle, holding a floppy silicone pan in one hand and a shiny metal one in the other, wondering, which one should I buy? This episode is for you, especially as the holidays roll in and the ovens start working overtime. Picking the right pan can make or break your baked goods. And trust me, after years of holiday baking marathons, photography shoots, and a few burned cookie disasters, I've tested them all. Let's start with the obvious. Metal pans are rigid, conduct heat beautifully, and brown things like a dream. Think crisp cookie edges, evenly baked muffins, and golden brown Bundt cakes that pop right out of the pan. Well, on good days. I've learned to love those perfect golden tones because in my photography studio, that golden brown glow is the difference between and edible art. When I get that just right shot of a cookie with crinkly edges and warm tones, I know my metal pan did its job. Silicone pans, on the other hand, are flexible, colorful, and almost indestructible. They're great for easy release. No greasing, no parchment, no cursing when the brownies stick. But they don't conduct heat the same way metal does, so your baked goods might come out softer or take a bit longer to bake. I've noticed this, especially when I'm testing recipes for my blog. The silicone pans can sometimes leave you wondering, is this fully baked or just pretending to be? In my studio, I sometimes use silicone molds for experiments, fun-shaped treats, or little props for photos. But I have to admit, I still lean toward metal when I want reliable results. Metal pans are like those reliable old friends. They might get a few scratches, but they always show up when you need them. I can't tell you how many times I've dropped a metal pan on my studio floor and it just clanged back at me like, nice try, Arina. But I'm fine. Silicone pans are more like the fun, carefree cousin. Easygoing, colorful, and full of personality, but not always dependable under pressure. They're great when you want to make something cute and different, like shaped fudge or chocolate bark. But if I'm hosting a holiday baking marathon and need consistent batches for photos or gifts, I'm reaching for my good old metal pans every single time. And honestly, part of me loves that my metal pans show their age. Each little scratch tells a story, from the batch of cookies that overbrowned during a Christmas photo shoot to the Bundt cake that glued itself to the pan and broke in half. Don't worry, I fixed it with icing and creative camera angles. All right, let's get real. Metal pans are my go-to for most baking projects, especially around the holidays when I'm making big batches of cookies, pies, and breads. They conduct heat evenly, which means my baked goods cook consistently. That's a lifesaver when I'm photographing recipes for the blog. I don't have time for underbaked centers or pale bottoms. I use a mix of aluminum and non-stick metal pans depending on what I'm baking. Aluminum pans are great for things that need even browning, like shortbread or sugar cookies. Non-stick ones are perfect for Bundt cakes or delicate pastries where you want an easy release. And yes, I still grease them, because trust me, you never regret greasing, but you always regret not greasing. One of my favorite little tricks? I line my metal pans with parchment paper for cookies and brownies. It's an extra layer of insurance that makes cleanup a breeze. Plus, if you're doing back-to-back bakes, it keeps things moving fast. Now, don't get me wrong. Silicone has its moments of glory, especially when it comes to sticky recipes. I love using silicone molds for things like fudge, candies, chocolate bark, or even mini cheesecakes. They peel right out like magic. Silicone muffin cups are a personal favorite too. No more paper liners sticking to your muffins. I even use them for organizing sprinkles and decorating supplies when I'm setting up cookie shoots. See? Multi-purpose tools are my love language. If you're baking something that doesn't need crisp edges, like flourless cakes, lava cakes, or molded desserts, silicone is perfect. It also works wonders for freezing. I pour leftover royal icing, chocolate ganache, or even pureed fruit into silicone molds, freeze them, and pop them out whenever I need a quick decorative touch. As a food photographer, I'll say this: metal pans win hands down for studio work. They photograph beautifully the shine, the texture, that perfect golden color you get on baked goods. Silicone, while functional, just doesn't have the same charm on camera. Unless you're doing bright, colorful holiday projects where those red or green silicone molds can actually add to the mood. In my studio, I keep both types handy: metal for baking and beauty shots, silicone for prep work, and no fail on molding. It's like having two different kinds of tripods. You don't need both. But once you have them, you'll wonder how you lived without them. During my Christmas baking marathons, I've learned that planning which pan to use can save hours. I do all my cookies, bars, and breads in metal pans. They bake evenly and cool quickly. I save silicone molds for smaller treats like fudge, truffles, and chocolate ornaments. And here's a personal tip: if you're gifting baked goods, silicone molds can be a fun way to make shaped fudge or candies. They pop out perfectly, look professional, and wash up easily when you're done. Also, don't forget to place silicone pans on a sturdy baking sheet before putting them in the oven. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to move one filled with batter and ended up wearing half of it. We've all been there, right? Metal pans, like a gentle hand wash. Avoid harsh scrubbing, that ruins the finish. I use a soft sponge and a little dish soap, then dry them right away with a kitchen towel so they don't get those annoying water spots that always show up in photos. And yes, sometimes I line them up on the counter like a proud mom showing off her cookie trays. Silicone, on the other hand, can go straight in the dishwasher. But here's my secret: I still hand wash my silicone molds with warm, soapy water and let them air dry completely before stacking. Otherwise, they start smelling faintly of butter and vanilla forever, which, okay, isn't the worst smell in the world, but still, I don't want my next batch of lemon muffins tasting like last week's brownies. I've even started giving them a quick vinegar rinse every few uses. It keeps that lingering scent away and makes them feel brand new again. Here's another tip I learned after years of chaotic holiday baking. Never rush to stack your silicone molds or pans before they're fully dry. Once, I piled them up too soon while prepping for a cookie photo shoot and came back to find a small ecosystem of trapped moisture. Lesson learned: let them breathe. When it comes to storage, I like to keep things organized but realistic. My silicone molds are nested together in a bin, easy to grab when I'm making fudge or molded chocolates. My metal pans are stacked by size on an open shelf. And yes, they look a little mismatched, but each one has its story. Some of them have been with me for years, used in everything from client shoots to Christmas baking marathons. It's not glamorous, but it keeps my kitchen running smoothly, especially when I'm knee-deep in sugar, flour, and camera gear during the holiday rush. So, which is better? Honestly, both have their place. Metal pans are the holiday workhorses, reliable, fast heating, and perfect for anything you want to brown beautifully. Silicone is your flexible friend, great for candies, fudge, or any recipe where sticking is the enemy. If you're building your bakeware collection, start with a few quality metal pans, then add silicone pieces as you go. Trust me, you'll use both more than you think. And if you want to see some of my favorite pans in action, head to my blog at Arina Photography, or check out my YouTube channel where I show how different pans affect baking results in my recipes. I'll also leave links in the podcast notes for the exact pans I use and love. Because when it comes to holiday baking, it's not just about the recipes, it's about having the right tools to make your time in the kitchen smoother, easier, and a little more fun.